Hello all of my otaku friends, my name is Prof Otaku and welcome back to my channel. Today we have an absolutely epic manga haul. We've got manga, we've got Blu-rays, we've got some figures, some miscellaneous stuff. I just cannot wait for you to see it. Stay tuned. So let's start this manga haul. This first section I'm going to show you is stuff that are pre-orders either from February or from March, because a lot of my March pre-orders came in super early. So we have Haikyuu 43. This is a very cool cover. I'm not going to open it just because I know that there's going to be spoiler stuff in here for anybody who's going through the last arc. But this is one of my favorite series of all time. Definitely in the top 10 for sure. If you're looking for a sports manga, and obviously it's kind of hard to get hold of Slam Dunk right now, take a look at Haikyuu. I highly recommend it. Action-packed, characters are absolutely awesome, and the artwork is really fluid for a sports manga. It's absolutely great. The next one up is Marooka-chan Volume 2. I did a review or first impressions on Volume 1. I'll leave a little card in the upper right hand corner. I'm super excited to get into this. You know, I enjoyed Volume 1 for what it was, which is about these two girls going through life, and there's monsters in their lives as well. The monsters that only this girl right here can see, basically. And so it's her going through life just trying to, you know, not freak out with these weird monsters kind of going in here, you know, through her life. As you can see, the artwork is absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping that Volume 2 brings something a little bit new, you know, lets us see a little bit more of the characters. So I'm excited about this one for sure. Next up, we've got Dr. Stone Reboot Byakuya. This is by the story, and the artwork is by Bochi, and he is the main artist for the Dr. Stone series. So it's really cool to see him also take a hold of the storyline as well, along with the art. But this is just a side story on Senku's father right here, as he was, you know, he's in space, he is an astronaut, and so it's going to be cool to dive into his backstory because we don't really get to see a whole lot of it in the main series, and he was a big player in how the world was developed, especially at the beginning. So I'm excited to really get into this. Of course, it's got the Bochi artwork, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you're looking for great Shonen Jump artwork, Bochi is the man for sure. So Dr. Stone Reboot, super excited about this. And next up, we've got Chainsaw Man Volume 3. Of course, this is the one I talked about in my video yesterday with the overinflated prices, which I'll leave a little card in the upper right hand corner about that video. But Chainsaw Man is all the hype right now, and for the most part I've been relatively enjoying the series. I've got some issues with it, so I'm excited to see kind of what happens with this one. As you can see, the artwork is absolutely fantastic, super gory, and when you've got the, you know, the comedy in it is great too. It makes me chuckle. So yeah, it's got some interesting moments though. So yeah, Chainsaw Man Volume 3. So the next manga on my pre-order list is Fire Force Volume 21. This is by Atsushi Okubo, who is the person who wrote Soul Eater. This is an absolutely fantastic series. I've really been enjoying it so far. Just kind of a quick synopsis. Basically, there's this world where people just basically explode into fire. It's called spontaneous human combustion, and it's about this guy right here, Shinra Kusakabe. He joins this fire brigade, the 8th squadron, basically, and it's basically their story as they go through taking care of these, you know, killing these people who have exploded basically into fire. But obviously it's much deeper than that. You know, there's a lot of political stuff going on. This has some of the best battle shonen action sequences in manga. It's so enjoyable to read. It's not clunky at all. The world is really unique and cool. I've really enjoyed this one so far for sure, this series. So I'm excited to get into this one. Next up, we've got Blue Flag, Volume 6. We are almost done with this. There's only 2 more after this. Of course, with Blue Flag, you're going to get some absolutely amazing covers, and this one is no exception. I really know nothing about this. All I know is that there's a love triangle. That's all I know. I'm excited to dive into this. You know, now that I've got 6 volumes, I think it's time for me to go ahead and start. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. Well, hello, Mr. Jax. You want to say hello to the camera? All right, continuing on is a light novel series, a brand new one. This is the new release. There's no way a side character like me could be popular, right? And so, as you can see, it's sealed up. So obviously there's some no naughty stuff in here. So the reason why I got this was because I was reading my youth romantic comedy. I read through 7 volumes. I could not get into it. I just did not like it. I ended up selling it off. But I absolutely love rom-com. I really want to get into a rom-com light novel series. So I went ahead and picked this new one up. I'm going to give it a read. If I like it, I'm going to keep going. If not, I'll just go ahead and sell it off. So yeah, I've heard good things about it. People who have been reading the scans say that it's actually very good. So I'm excited to get into this one. So next up for the pre-order is one I've been really looking forward to. This is Solo Leveling Volume 1. This is a manhwa that is a webtoon, and this is a heavy book, and here's the reason why. You've got full cover pages. The actual pages themselves are super thick, and they're like not laminated, but they're glossy. Very great publication effort by Yen Press here. Absolutely fantastic. I really don't know a lot about this. I know that this is basically about this guy who's like the bottom level of this video game world, and he's just leveling up through it. And so yeah, I'm super excited to get into this. I've heard absolutely amazing things. So yeah, I'm really happy that they went ahead and physically published this. So I know people have been talking about this a lot. So next up is another one that is not in a manga, but this is an American published, I don't know what I guess you would call it, a comic. I don't know. I mean, it's stylized in the similar fashion of a manga, but this is Dog. You know, there's I think it's like Ninja is like the appropriate name for it, but this is basically about this guy right here, and he was born from his dad is a human, and he did things to a female dog, and now he's like a wolf boy thing, and he wants to kill his dad. And so that's it. As you can see, the artwork is just, it's unique. I'll tell you what, it's very like the sketch type of artwork. I know really nothing about this. I just heard that like a lot of people really enjoyed it. So I picked this up on Amazon. I think this is the only place you can pick it up is Amazon right now. So yeah, really excited to get into this. I'm hoping that it's good for sure. It's kind of cool. It's got the matte kind of gray pages on the side. So this is a really unique release for sure. Next up is a sci-fi manga here called Heavenly Delusion. This is manga is released by Denpa, and so this volume 1 was released actually several months ago. I'd say like 7 or 8 months ago, and volume 2 is actually coming up in a couple months. I just heard, I really don't, I have no idea what this is about. It's just, I'll just kind of pull up the synopsis here. You've basically got these 2 people who have been grown up in this city, like sanctuary city, and outside of the walls is just this crazy apocalyptic kind of thing. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it. You know, I've heard really good things about it. As you can see, the artwork is definitely unique, very clean artwork and very unique facial structures and characters. So yeah, I'm super excited to get into this for sure. Next up is Maiden Abyss official anthology. This is the first compilation of different mangakas writing about the Maiden Abyss world. So as you can see, just kind of flipping through it, you know, some of the artwork is really nice. Some of the artwork is unique to say, you know, it's not Maiden Abyss artwork. This is a compilation. So and as you can see, it's a 4-koma. This is definitely very different than what Maiden Abyss is known for. So I don't know how I feel about this. You know, I bought it just because I really love Maiden Abyss. Hopefully I enjoy it. So next up is Golden Comey. This is volume 20 right here. I absolutely love this series. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I love the balance between the history and the the action and the cooking and the comedy. The artwork is some of the best artwork in manga, especially when you get some of like the forest scenes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find one here. Let me see if I can. I mean, you can even look here at the house, inside the house. I mean, it's just super detailed. All the characters are really strong. This has a lot of historical influence, like I said. If you're looking for a seinen series to start you off and you want something that's not super depressing and dark, this is a perfect balance. So I highly recommend you check it out. Volume 20. Can't believe we're here. All right, let's keep going. So next up is a very interesting pickup here. This is the Toiletbound Hanako-kun art book. And so I got this off of Amazon Japan, and they had a copy here in the States, so they were able to ship it here pretty fast. I love Toiletbound Hanako-kun. It's definitely one of my top 25 favorite series that I've read. And this art book, I mean, the biggest thing that I love about Toiletbound is the artwork. It's so cool, so unique, and as you can see just going through these pages here, I mean, we've got full 8.5 by 11 color pages. Just absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorite things about this manga is going through and just looking at the artwork. The storyline is super strong. It's basically about this guy here. He's in control of the 7 mysteries of the school, and all the 7 mysteries are based on Japanese folklore. And he basically is going around this school making sure that these 7 mysteries behave, basically. And this girl right here becomes his servant, basically, because she does something in the first volume that she needs his help with, basically, after that. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I just think that this art book is really cool. One of my favorite things in my collection, for sure. Next up is The Girl from the Other Side. This is volume 1. I got volumes 2 and 3 last month off of Facebook, so I needed to pick up volume 1 to go ahead and start this series. I know nothing about it, or at least I mean, I basically know there's these outsider people, and this girl goes to the outside, and she's not supposed to be there. Super dark, super different seinen, apparently, from what I've heard. So yeah, I'm just excited to get into this. It's a 7 Seas release, very small volume in terms of the size of it, but yeah, very cool. I'm excited. Next up is one that I've been looking forward to for a while. This is Blue Giant by Shinichi Ishizuka. This is a 10-volume series that 7 Seas is releasing in their standard omnibus format. So this is volumes 1 and 2. So we're going to see 5 of these. This is basically about this guy right here. He is a basketball player, and he wants to be the world's best jazz musician, basically. He practices every day, he's very hardworking, and it's basically his journey going through, from high school to him becoming the best jazz musician in the world. So yeah, I love the artwork on this. The character faces are cool. It kind of reminds me of Naoki Urasawa artwork, in that kind of style. So it really appealed to me, and especially as a college music professor, I'm all about music manga. So this is one that I'm really super excited to get into. So yeah, Blue Giant. Next up, we've got a very early release of Toiletbound Hanako-kun Volume 7. Was not expecting to have this right now. This was going to be a March release, but like I said in the art book before, absolutely loving this series. As you can see, this is why I got the art book. Is because, I see these covers, I see these front pages right here, and I'm like, oh, I got to get it. So yeah, very super excited to get into this. All right, last up for the pre-orders, we've got Comey Can't Communicate Volume 11. If you want a really laid-back series, really relatable series, this is a school rom-com type of thing, and it's a 4-coma, but it flows very well. The artwork is super cute. Comey-san is one of my top 10 favorite characters of all time. She's absolutely adorable. I've been very much enjoying this a lot, especially the last several volumes. So yeah, I'm excited that I've continued to pick this up. I have not regretted it at all, for sure. And last but not least, Classroom of the Elite Volume 7. So this is an interesting one. I'm sure anybody who's been keeping up in the light novel community knows they are doing a reprinting of this because apparently the translation sucks. It was so bad that 7 Seas was like, okay, we got to redo this. So But obviously I ordered it before they did their reprint, so I don't know, maybe I'll just read like one of the fan-made scans or something. Obviously I guess I could return it, but it's just a little bit too much of a pain in the butt to do. So yeah, Clash of the Elite Volume 7, I watched the anime for this. It was very good. I got the light novel to go ahead and read a little bit more into the series. All right, now we're getting into the stuff that are not part of the pre-order bonanza that I do every month. This is Joramia volumes 1 to 10. So this puts me finally complete. I got 11 to 14 last month, so I'm super excited about this. I'm a sucker for rom-com. The anime is apparently fantastic. It's basically about, if I can go to the first volume here, it's basically about these two people right here, and they act one way in school and they act a completely different way at home. So yeah, I'm super excited to get into this. I absolutely love rom-com, and apparently this is one of the best rom-coms out there at the current moment. I love these covers. Very clean, very simple, but very well executed. Reminds me a lot of the Barakamon series, with just the single characters in the front with the white background. So yeah, I always enjoy a clean cover. So yeah, Joramia. All right, next up is Ancient Magus Bride. This is volumes 5 to 12, missing 11 and 13, which are in the mail now. Those should be part of my March haul. I picked this up in the 7 Seas sale that was going on, and the reason why I picked it up was because I had the first 4 volumes, and I've heard great things about it. It's like a fantasy story about this girl or this guy. I think he abducts this girl, and it's like about their relationship together. So this is definitely a different series that I normally try to do. I don't do really I think the only old-timey fantasy stories that I have is Black Clover, really, and so this is definitely a different one. So and this is obviously a romance as well. So yeah, this is one of the ones where I'm really going into this blind, and I really hope I like it because I bought a lot of it. So but that being said, I did peek through volume 1, and I really enjoyed the artwork. I enjoyed the premise when I read up on it on my anime list. So yeah, super excited to get into this one. All right, next up is a really exciting series that I'm really glad that I picked up. This is Grand Blue Dreaming. This is volumes 2 to 11. I read volume 1 right before my birthday in January. I absolutely thought it was hilarious, so I went ahead and picked up the rest of it on Right Stuff. When it's your birthday, they send you a birthday coupon, and so with the birthday coupon and the membership, I was like, okay, this is a kind of a good time for me to pick this up. I missed out on this. I think it was on sale during the summer sale, and I was really kicking myself for that. So I was glad I was able to pick this up pretty close to the summer sale price. But yeah, this is basically about a boy. He's not here on this cover, but there's this boy who is starting into college, and he is joining the diving club. And so this is just like a big party manga, just a very smutty, ecchi, crazy comedy. So yeah, the artwork is absolutely fantastic, just to kind of dive into here. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed the first volume. Super funny, brought back a lot of memories from college. So I'm really glad to have the rest of this up to date to really enjoy this. So this is volume 3 and volume 2. So yeah, this is going to be an absolutely great series for sure. Next up is from the winter sale. So it's been quite a while for this one. This is The Flowers of Evil Complete by Shuzo Ishimi. So this is volume 1. I really am enjoying Blood on the Tracks right now. That's his currently serializing series, other than Inside Mari, and in terms of English publications. And so I decided to go ahead and pick up the work that really made him famous. The price on this was absolutely fantastic during the winter sale. So this is basically about a boy who likes this girl, and he goes into the locker room, I think, and he grabs her swimsuit, and then some other girl catches him in the act, and so she basically blackmails him to do a bunch of stuff for her, and it's really just messed up and twisted. So yeah, of course, Shuzo Ishimi gonna be super dramatic. I cannot wait to get into it. Vertical did a really good job with these releases for paperback omnibuses. They're actually very nicely done. So a lot of people have problems with really thick omnibuses, but yeah, Vertical did a great job. So All right, next up is The Drifting Classroom. This is volumes 1, 2, and 3. This is a very old school manga. This is a horror manga, and basically it's like Lord of the Flies. You've got these kids and these adults on this island, and they have to survive. East Coast Manga has a lot of great things to say about it. I am really loving old school manga artwork, you know, the Tezuka artwork and stuff like that. So I'm not a big horror guy, but I do love Lord of the Flies as a novel, and I'm really, so the premise is super interesting, but I really got this because of the artwork. It's just really, really cool. That being said, I picked all 3 of these up on Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not. These are basically brand spanking new, and I got them for an absolutely killer deal. If you're looking for used manga at a great price, Facebook Marketplace or the anime and manga Facebook groups are a great place to grab some used manga for great deals. So yeah, Drifting Classroom, can't wait to get into it. Super excited about the whole premise in general. And these are absolutely fantastic hardcovers by Viz. They did an absolutely great job with this. Alright, next up is Silver Spoon. This is volume 1 here. Silver Spoon is by the same creator as Full Metal Alchemist, and so this is one of the most recent series that she has done. And I watched the anime for this, the first 2 seasons that are out, and it was just such a great, heartwarming, such a well thought out anime. It's basically about this guy right here. He's a city boy, and he, middle school didn't go too well for him, so he decides to go to a high school in the countryside, specifically an agricultural school. And so it's basically his journey about going through this agricultural school, finding himself as a person, and also goes into depth about the food industry, where our food comes from, the humanity of killing animals, how our food gets processed and stuff like that. It's just an absolutely fantastic anime. I really enjoyed it. I picked this up on the Right Stuff in stock sale. Silver Spoon is never on sale, never, and these volumes are expensive. They're like $15 each retail, so we're talking like $11.50 or something like that, which is a lot for a single volume of manga. And with the in-stock sale, along with my membership stacking on top of that, I was like, I gotta get it. This is the time for me to go ahead and grab it. So yeah, Silver Spoon, this is volume 8. Like I said, I really enjoyed the anime. Obviously, I don't know how this ends, because I don't know when the anime stops, but it doesn't go all the way. And I don't know if there's going to be a season 3 coming out anytime soon. So I'm glad to pick this up. I'm glad to finally read something by Arakawa. I've watched a lot of the anime stuff, but not anything about, the manga. So I'm super excited to get something actually like written by her. And so yeah, as you can see, the artwork is great. Fantastic, great detail. You got some cute animals. And let's talk about the spines really fast. Let me see if I can just shift this over here. You've got these really cool plaid spines, and then you've got these super cute animals here on the side. So yeah, it's definitely a very aesthetic one to look on the shelf. So yeah, super excited. One of my most anticipated series to read in the upcoming couple months. Okay, the last manga that I got is a personal prize gem, and that is Gintama volumes 1, 2, 23. This is the entire English release of Gintama, and I think it's currently up to volume 77 in Japan. They obviously discontinued it. So let's talk about the spines really fast. These are cool. I love the characters here on the side. I love the font on the spine too as well. Very good. I got this on eBay, actually. They had a full set. And, they say it's out of stock. I don't know when they're going to restock some of these harder to find volumes. I know like 6 is really hard to find. Volume 10 is impossible, basically. This is a very old series. It got discontinued. Who knows if it's out of print yet? A lot of the signs saying it is out of print. But I'm not going to go ahead and make that call, because on Right Stuff, they are still expecting more, apparently. So with that being said, Gintama is a comedy series about a basically these aliens come from outer space and they take over Japan, basically, the city of Edo, and they get rid of all the samurai in town, and so there's no more swords allowed, and they basically the aliens control the whole government. And it's basically about our main character down here, and let me try to get this over here. Sorry about that, guys. Our main character here, he's kind of like the last samurai, basically, but he's just a stupid character. And between him and our side characters here, him and her, we've got the big three, basically, and their job is they form a trio known as Odd Jobs Gen, I think is what it's called, and they go around and they do basically anything they can to help the citizens of the town. So it's super funny. The anime, I'm currently watching the anime. I'm on episode 42, and one of my top 10 favorite anime of all time. Easily, for sure. She is one of the funniest characters that I've ever encountered. And so because I love the anime so much, I wanted to get the source material, even though it's not complete, because I really wanted to experience it in a written format. And I know apparently the manga is not as good as the anime. That's totally okay. I really I just wanted to be able to experience it like this and be able to have kind of like a gem of a series, because this is a very rare series to have in a collection. I haven't seen a lot of people that have this. So yeah, Gintama 1 to 23 got this on eBay, and I just am so excited to have it. All right, the last part of this haul is just some side stuff that I picked up, aesthetic stuff for the collection and or Blu-rays. So this is the Violet Evergarden soundtrack, and so this is the soundtracks made by Evan Call. This is the best anime music I have ever heard in my life. Some of the best orchestration. Evan Call is a fantastic writer from the Berklee School of Music. I'm a total music nerd, so obviously this is right up my alley. This soundtrack makes the anime a masterpiece. I highly recommend you check the anime out. I'll leave a little card about my anime review on this, but I very much enjoyed this a lot. I'm glad to finally have the soundtrack, just because I won't buy any other soundtracks in my life. I'm not a person who's going to buy a soundtrack off of a thing, but this one just impacted me in a way that I never felt before. So this is really great. This is a cool one. This is the Maiden Abyss. This is the white whistle from the main character's mom. I think it's the main character's white whistle. And basically the premise for Maiden Abyss, the whistles, is they use these whistles basically, and they use it if they're in danger. They blow the whistle and then help comes. But look at this. This is so cool. So this is a reproduction, obviously, but look at the detail on this. So cool. I think this was around $40, and I got it on Right Stuff, obviously. So I like to get little aesthetic things for my collection. Maiden Abyss is definitely a top 20 series for me, and so when I saw that this was up, you can get the figures and stuff like that, but I didn't want to shell out the money for a Maiden Abyss figure, so I was like, this looks really cool, let's grab this, to just have something to kind of help me remember the series, because I just love it so much. So yeah, that's the whistle. Let's go to our next figure here. This is the let's see, get his head in there. Sanji figure right here from One Piece. This is part of the Manga Dimensions line. Let me just go ahead and just do this so that you guys can see a little bit better. I have the Luffy and the Zoro figure for this, and so this is just the third in line. As you can see, the shading for the clothes looks awesome. It looks like it just basically got pulled out of the manga. And you've got the cigarette, which is a total, that's his trademark, and the facial details are great. The shading in the face is awesome. Definitely my favorite one out of the three in terms of the figures. The Luffy one I actually didn't like that much. It was okay. But this one definitely, they really fine-tuned, especially the clothes. The clothes are just super, super dope. So yeah, I'm super excited to have this figure. Kind of completes the trio, and I won't be picking up any more of these. You know, I think 3 figures from One Piece is more than enough. So, and the last 2 things that I've got here in the collection. Sorry about the camera work here. Last 2 things I got in the collection. This is the Cowboy Bebop Complete Series Blu-ray, $15. From Reddit Manga Swap. Total steal. It was sealed, brand new. So I really enjoyed the series when I watched it the first time. This was my first episodic anime, so it wasn't my favorite thing in the world, but now that I watched Gintama and I love the episodic nature of it, I want to go ahead and give this another try to see if I enjoy it more now that I'm getting into it. But yeah, this is a highly acclaimed one of the this is the Western anime that really, or this is the anime that made anime and manga explode in the Western world. It was just super, super relatable at the time, and so yeah, space cowboys doing space cowboy things. Very, very good. And the last thing is Gintama the movie. This is the first movie. So this is supposed to be played after the 200 episode original run of Gintama. And so the Blu-ray is kind of hard to find, apparently. On Amazon, I couldn't really find a listing for it. So I'm excited to have this. This is obviously not part of the manga material at all. So this is going to be a really interesting watch. I will watch this after I get through the original series for Gintama. So yeah. That is my manga haul. So that is my manga haul for February. It was a big one. March is going to be pushed back to basically nothing. I got a huge mass flood of emails from Right Stuff today basically saying every single one of my March pre-orders is pushed back to April. So next haul is going to be small. Thank goodness. My wallet's crying. But that being said, this was just an accumulation of basically all the huge sales that Right Stuff was doing and some super, super awesome finds. So I'm super excited to have all of these in my collection. I cannot wait to go ahead and read them. With that being said, my name is Prophet Taku. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, tap that subscribe button, blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. You know what's going on. And with that being said, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Take care now. Bye-bye.